Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to this class with me. This is a Verbling class and I'm Amy. And today we are continuing with our Best of British Culture series on a very special class which was requested by one of my students who's here already. Hi Mauricio.
Hello, Amy.
Thank you for this great idea. This class is going to be about Doctor Who. And if you're interested, please do watch us and feel free to type in the chat box. I believe that we're fully booked, so it must be a popular topic, Mauricio. I hope you're going to help me because I'm not very knowledgeable about Doctor Who, but I'm going to learn today along with you guys. So, before we get started, let me just introduce a little bit about Verbling. There are two important pages that you might want to check out. These are my Facebook page and my Verbling teacher page. The Facebook page is used for just chatting, informal stuff, getting in touch with me. Sometimes I post things after class which are related to some of the things we've done, just other interesting things. So it's good to go along there and see what's going on. The other page is a bit more informative in that you can find out more about me as a teacher. You can see which classes are coming up, and you can also see my calendar. So if you're interested in having any private sessions with me, then check it out and see if there's any slots that suit you. If not, write me a message. Which brings me to the other good feature that we now have, which is the messaging feature. You can write to me, ask me a question, just get in touch using the Verbling messaging if you'd like to. So, as I said before, we're going to be talking about Doctor Who today. This is an extremely famous television series that's been going on for a long time. We're going to be watching some videos, we're going to be learning about it and discussing it. So, do come along in if you've booked a slot in this class. And while we wait for you all to get here, I'm going to say hi to who's already here. So we'll just welcome Mauricio first. Mauricio, tell me, why are you such a big Doctor Who fan?
Well, first of all, hello everybody. Hello, Amy. Nice to see you, and I'm glad to be here. Well, Doctor Who is a very special character. It's a time traveler, and I love every topic about time travelers. Right? And he's very special. The British humor, the script, everything of. Yes, the story in general is very interesting.
All right, now Mauricio, just because people may not have met you before, can you tell me which country you're from, and is Doctor Who broadcast in your country?
Yes, it was, but by the name of Doctor Mystery.
And broadcast in Spanish?
Yes, it was. It was in Spanish.
All right,
well,
and do you? Yeah.
No. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, do you watch it in Spanish now or English to practice your English?
Yes, in fact, I have the complete fourth series of David Tennant, and I've watched it. Well, not all the time, but as much as I can. Right.
Great. All right. So, just with regard to learning English, I find that TV series, just for me when I was learning Spanish and also a bit of Chinese, TV series are one of the best ways to practice your listening. I find them good because they're short and there's a lot of continuity. So once you get to know the characters, it sort of makes it easy. You get to know them. You don't have to learn everything new each time like you do with a movie. You get to understand and get used to the way that certain people speak, what phrases they use depending on their characters, and because it's an ongoing series, it can kind of build up and give you stronger knowledge. So I really recommend that for practicing listening, and also it's fun, right? It's much more fun than doing listening exercises, especially if you're a fan. All right, thank you, Mauricio, for suggesting this topic. I will say hello to everyone else. Okay, so hello to Yuki. Hi, Yuki.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again too.
Before the class, I have to apologize you, Amy.
Apologize.
Apologize. In previous class, I said my favorite English tea brand is Fortune. But after that, I knew that Fortune is French maker.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sorry. My
Disgusting.
yes, my wife accused me of carelessness. Um, yes, yes,
Well,
my favorite tea English tea maker is Fortnum.
Fortnum. Okay, now
For
I
F
recognize
and
it.
M. Yeah. Yes, I'm sorry,
Uh,
not
it's fine.
Fortune. Fortnum.
Yeah, now that makes more sense. And do you know,
And
I feel
Harrods.
so much
Harrods
better.
also. I like also Harrods.
Oh, Harrods. You
Harrods
have good
brand.
taste, Yuki.
Yes.
All right. I feel so much better now because I felt I had a gap in my knowledge about my tea culture. And now I'm realizing that it was French. I feel much better. Thank you, Yuki.
Sorry again.
Welcome to the class. Are you a Doctor Who fan by any chance?
Sorry?
Are you a fan of Doctor Who? Or do you...
Doctor Who is my wife's favorite series, but I haven't watched this series. But
You
my wife always
always
watched
watches it.
Doctor Who in Russian
All right. She watches it in Russian. So
translation.
she tunes in. She tunes in. You have to
Yes,
learn this
she
phrase today,
tuned
guys.
in the Doctor Who. Yes.
Yeah. Tune in means to watch this program. You'll hear it in advertising. Okay?
Yes.
All right, Yuki, welcome. Let's say hi to Raphael. Hi, Raphael.
Hi, Amy.
So far, so good with the connection. Had a bad class last time. Maybe it's fixed. Oh, are you a Doctor Who fan?
No, I've never watched this series. I think I can grab some information from today's class.
Definitely. Maybe it will be something that you can consider for the future. Haha. I'm going to try not to make too many time travel related bad jokes today, guys, but I am British, so you'll have to excuse me. Okay, Julio. Good morning. Good evening.
Good. Hello, teacher. Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. I like your background. It's really blue. Reminds
Thank
me
you.
of the sky.
It's It's calming, yeah?
Yeah, it's soothing.
Yeah, I thought it was a good color to paint my office because it keeps me calm while I'm working.
Yeah, it looks great and matches really nice with your headphones. You have a nice
Thanks. Yeah, orange and blue. I don't know what country I'm supporting with orange and blue, but Julio, have you ever seen Doctor Who?
I saw that TV show once. I thought it was an interesting series, and I don't know. I think you really have to be like watching episode after episode. You just need to be following the plot, or you get lost, and that's what happened to me. I was lost
You
in the
got
plot.
lost.
I got
Yeah,
lost.
I think that could happen. I haven't actually. I've watched Doctor Who a few times, but I wouldn't call myself a fan. The honest truth is that I don't watch very much TV. If I do, it's usually in another language, so I'm not very loyal to my own TV series. But I'm going to try after this class, and we're going to watch a couple of really short videos today, so we'll all have an introduction. Welcome, Julio, and let's say hi to Giancarlo.
Amy.
Don't tell me. I'm nervous about speaking to you, Giancarlo. Because I feel like I'm going to get ejected out of class, but so far so good, right?
Please don't go away. Please don't go. Don't disappear. So every time I spoke, you disappear. You're
Exactly. It was terrible.
Giancarlo,
yeah.
Giancarlo prepared a whole explanation about languages in Mexico, and you left the class.
It's,
Oh no, no more, no
it's a
more,
cliffhanger. Okay.
no more because every time I mention that topic, the teacher disappears. So no. So no previous knowledge about Doctor Who, right? No previous knowledge about Doctor Who is needed, right?
No previous knowledge is needed. Thank goodness, because I have no previous knowledge, and I'm the teacher. But don't
Okay,
worry,
very
we have
good,
an expert. We have an expert. Mauricio is our resident expert, so he'll answer all our questions, right, Mauricio?
Well, no, I'm not an expert.
I'm just teasing you. I'm teasing you. It's okay. We're all going to learn together. We're all going to learn together. So no previous knowledge required.
Good.
Welcome back, Giancarlo. Just don't mention Mexico, okay? All right,
Thank you.
Gregory.
Hi.
Hello. How are you doing?
Everything okay. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to
Well,
see you too. You've changed your picture, Gregory, to a clock.
it's better or no?
I like it, but what does it symbolize?
In civil, I wake up early all day.
All right, good. Are you a Doctor Who fan?
Doctor Who? I try to see it. Not, I'm not fan. I don't understand. It's bizarre for me. Something.
Well, it is bizarre. Mhm.
Yes, bizarre man, bizarre, and I don't like fiction.
All right, we have a non-fan. Gregory's a non-fan. But you're still welcome to the class, Gregory, because we're going to improve our English by talking about it, okay?
I want to be criticized in this class.
Okay, so you will go head-to-head with Mauricio, right?
Okay, we fight.
Not fights, not in my class. Just debates, healthy debates, okay?
Debate.
All right, and also hello again to Anton.
Hello again.
Anton, have you ever seen Doctor Who?
Yeah, I think I've seen a dozen maybe
A
episodes.
dozen. Okay. So would you consider yourself a fan?
No, actually,
Not
I
really.
watched only several episodes from the very beginning.
Alright.
And then I found how many episodes in this series, and it was kind of discouraged for me. Too
You
many
got
episodes.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah.
All right.
I decided I will not spend so much time on it.
Fair enough, Anton. There are a lot of episodes. It's true. I think it's got to be one of our longest running series. So some of the questions we're going to be talking about today are obviously all related to Doctor Who, but also related to your own countries and TV series that are really popular over there. So have a think about that just in the back of your mind, especially if there's one that is broadcast in English, or you can find it maybe on YouTube. It might be something that the other students would like to look up. It's definitely fun watching series from other countries, I think, because you get an insight into their humor, their culture, their sort of, I don't know, national personality, perhaps. We'll say hi to Luis again. Hi, Luis. Are you there? Can you hear me, Luis?
Yeah. Hello, teacher.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello. Hello again.
Are you a Doctor Who fan?
No, really. I don't know so much about him, but I am trying to search something on internet because I want to know what is it about, this series.
All right. Don't worry. We're going to learn it together today. So I'll tell you how the class is going to go, everybody. Are there 800 episodes, Anton? Oh my goodness. I did not know it was that many.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, there you go. Mauricio, how many episodes have you watched? Can you guess?
Maybe 10 or 12.
All right, so not very many.
No, not many.
All right, so we're all going to learn together. I'm going to give you a link to this is like a Doctor Who fan website. It has a really good introduction about the program and what it is and who the people are and everything. So we're going to read some of this together and talk about it a bit. It's got some facts and it tells you a bit about the characters. So if you're interested in watching this maybe after class, you'll have a better idea of what you're watching, I think. So check it out, everybody. Click on the link. Don't worry, you don't have to watch all 800 episodes.
Teacher,
See what you think. Yes.
can you write it down in the Google chat, in the group chat?
The link. You mean the link?
Of course.
Sure. I've put it into the Verbling chat already, Luis. Can you see the Verbling chat?
I can see the Verbling chat. I think that I have some problem with my connection. Okay,
no
thank
problem.
you very much.
There you go. You're not the only one who had problems with their connection today. Okay, let's see. Here we go, guys. If you can't load it in your own window, let's see if I zoom in. Can we still see? Yeah, there we go. So this tells you everything you could ever want to know, I think, about Doctor Who. This page is probably the most informative. So let me give you a little introduction. Doctor Who started, I think, in the 60s. Yep, there you go. It started off a long time ago, and it's continued to this day. So if you go to the UK, it's still on TV. However, the Doctor, the man who plays the Doctor, the actor, changes. Mauricio, do you happen to know what happens when they change a Doctor to another actor?
Yeah, well, he's a lord, a Time Lord. He's a Time Lord. So they change the body,
Mm-hmm.
and he regenerates. Yes, he regenerates his body through the time, through the different episodes.
Cool. So that explains a lot.
Humanoid.
He's a what? Sorry, Louise?
No, I was saying that he's like a humanoid.
He's like a what? Can you type it for me?
I'm going to write it down.
Okay. You're right, Anton, actually. I'm just reading what you guys are putting in the chat box, and it's true. Quite often, a humanoid. Oh, okay, yeah. Absolutely. British... I wasn't supposed to get rid of the chat box there. British TV series are generally quite short. I don't know if other famous ones like Fawlty Towers, they only have a few episodes, so this is quite amazing. Let's read about what we've got first. As Mauricio said, throughout the ages, as the actors have changed, Doctor Who undergoes a regeneration, and we're going to find out a bit more about that in a moment. So let's see if anyone could read for us. Gregory, could you read this introductory piece, please? Are you there, Gregory?
Yes, sorry. About the TV show, okay? Doctor Who, where is it? Doctor Who first arrived Saturday, 33 November 1963. Airing weekly between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. The show was designed to fit comfortable between more adult-focused shows such as Grandstand and teenager-focused shows such as like Jukebox Jury. Doctor Who was originally intended to be a family education TV program. Two of the original main characters were science and history teachers. A lot of the early stories were pure historical with no alliance. Those historical stories were thrust out of the end of the 60s as the more alien settings increased in popularity.
Okay, thank you, Gregory. Just a couple of really important words and phrases that we need to know when we're talking about TV shows. This one here, Gregory, is aired.
Aired.
Yeah. Yep, so aired or aired, if you speak with a British accent like me. What does it mean when it says to air? This is the verb to air. What does it mean, guys?
Broadcast.
Thank you. Yep, it's the same as broadcast. Thank you, Anton. Quite a good one. So, airing weekly means that it was shown. It was broadcast weekly. This word here, Gregory, is aliens. Aliens.
Aliens, yeah.
Yeah, so could somebody explain briefly what an alien is?
Is the other planet, people from other planets, not people, maybe
Exactly.
not human, but something like
Not
that.
human. Yes. So we have another word for that, which is extraterrestrial, which comes from the, well, you can see the composition of that. Extra, outside of, and then terrestrial is to do with the terra, like the Earth, so outside of Earth. Thank you, Raphael. E.T., great movie if you haven't seen it. We also have Martians, but those are from Mars. So if you want to be general, then call them aliens or extraterrestrials.
Wow.
Any other vocab, guys, that we don't understand here? No? Alright, so a key factor, I think, with Doctor Who is that it started off kind of more historical travel. So he travels through time, and the episodes focused on that, the fact that he went backwards and forwards in history. But these days there's a lot of aliens, I guess because they're more popular. People like to watch stuff about aliens. Okay, so let's read about himself. Mauricio, I think I'll get you to read this one, please.
Yeah, sure. The Doctor, a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey, a madman with a box. The Doctor is not from Earth. He's a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. The Time Lords were considered to be one of the oldest and most powerful races in the universe. Sometimes in the future, the Time Lords went to war against the Daleks and lost. The Doctor is the only known survivor. The Doctor, having recently escaped Gallifrey and their strict culture, was not comfortable with meeting other people on Earth. When Ian and Barbara, two of his granddaughter's school teachers on Earth, discovered the TARDIS, he kidnapped them because he feared
Feared.
With an R. He feared, thank you, he feared that they would tell others about what they had seen. Over time, the Doctor learned to trust other people. The Doctor also saw humans' ability to block out certain things they refused to believe in, as noted in the Aliens of London. I love to say Doctor.
All right. Thank you, Mauricio. Because I know that you are improving your British accent, let me help you. This is pronounced Earth.
Earth.
Yeah. So often with a British accent, we don't pronounce the R like Americans do. We leave it out unless it's connecting to another word. So yeah, we say Earth here.
Earth.
Great. And then this name is a really common name in English. It's Ian.
Ian. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
What did you say? Sorry.
Ian.
Ian.
Perfect. All right. So there's some important vocab here. For those of you who don't know anything about Doctor Who, we've learned who he is. He's actually an alien himself. So let me see if I can ask someone to summarize that for me. Luis, can you tell me what you just learnt?
What word?
Pardon?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. Mauricio just read this part here.
Okay.
I just want to know, what did you learn from it? Can you explain it a little bit to us? Like a little summary. Yeah?
Yeah, he's like a humanoid that he's from Gallifrey. And you know that he has his granddaughter, and and wait a minute.
You're doing
Try.
great, Luis.
Wait a minute. It's a little difficult to explain what is it about.
It is. You're doing well, though.
No, it's only about the doctor that he escaped from. I don't understand.
All right, you did. No, you did great. You gave us the gist of it, right? So he basically escaped from a war in his planet. Okay.
Yeah.
So his people.
Like in the paragraph said, the doctor is the only known survivor.
Exactly. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, that's right. It's the only person that is alive.
Yes, exactly. From his planet. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. One really important word here is this. Does anyone know what a Dalek is?
I don't know.
Anyone
is it a
else?
race?
Yes, it is, Raphael. It's a race, and the Daleks are the bad guys, right, Mauricio?
Yes, that's correct. They are robots, a kind of robots, and they're compared with the Nazis because they want to exterminate every race in the universe.
All right. That's interesting. I didn't know that. So the Daleks are the real famous bad guys from Doctor Who. And even though I'm not a Doctor Who fan, there are certain things from this TV series that have infiltrated British culture. One of them is the Daleks, right? So you should know what a Dalek is because people mention them outside of Doctor Who. They're so famous. They're obviously imaginary, but they are the bad guys of the program. Okay, there's another really important thing in here, which is this, the TARDIS. Does anyone know what the TARDIS is?
Time machine?
TARDIS is a machine
Exactly.
Doctor Who used. Doctor Who came to the Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's his flying machine. I mean, his time travel machine. Does anyone know what's special about the TARDIS, particularly apart from the fact that it can travel through time?
I don't know.
No? Mauricio, do you know?
Yes, I do. Well, TARDIS is a time machine, as somebody said, sorry, and it has the shape of a police cap, but it's small. It's quite small, but in its interior, it's very big, and it has how do you say that? Panels. How do you say that? To control the machine. I can remember.
Good. Okay.
Well, devices or.
Good description,
No,
Mauricio. What I wanted to know is, I believe, because in I don't know, in Britain, we often use this word, as well as Daleks, we use this word, the TARDIS. Basically, I think, tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe that the TARDIS is very small when you look at it from the outside, but when you go inside, it's huge. So it's like magical in that way. And sometimes we use this phrase, it's like the TARDIS, to say that something is really, really big or surprisingly big inside when it looks to be small from the outside, which is a little bit strange. Okay. I think you mean a phone box. A police box? I don't know what a police box is.
Yeah, it's kind of phone, I think.
It's like a police phone box, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Yuki. I didn't know that. The TARDIS is an acronym. Did you look it up?
I just now I looked up the meaning of TARDIS. It looks like a telephone box, yeah?
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
Abbreviation of time and relative dimensions in space. Difficult.
That's why it's in capitals, everybody, because we always put acronyms in capitals. But I didn't know what it stood for, and now we do. Thank you, Yuki. Okay, let's continue reading what we've got here. So, Giancarlo, can you read out this little quote from the 9th Doctor, please?
Sure. The Ninth Doctor. Ricky, let me tell you something about the human race. You put a mysterious blue box slap bang in the middle of town. What do? Walk past it. Now stop your nagging. Let's go and explore.
This word here is nagging.
Nagging.
Yes. What is nagging?
I don't know, teacher.
Anyone know?
Nagging.
No? Sorry?
Nagging. My wife always nagging me.
Yes, thank you, Yuki. I knew someone who was married must know what this is.
Complain. She
Complain.
complain of my she's always complain of my negligence of
Yes.
housework. Yes.
Alright, so exactly. To nag is like to continually remind somebody in an annoying way that they're supposed to do something. So I think husbands often say that their wives do this. I'm sure their wives never do it, though, Yuki. It's probably just in your head. Okay. Okay, so can someone tell me what is the Doctor trying to say by this quote? What does he mean? Does anyone understand it? No?
Why is a blue box in the middle of the town?
The blue box is the TARDIS. Okay? So he's talking about the TARDIS. He's saying you put a mysterious blue box. That's what the TARDIS looks like. I might see if I can just find you a quick photo so that you get the idea. Slap bang in the middle of town. What do? Walk past it, i.e. they ignore it. Okay? So, what's he saying? Can anyone figure it out?
He don't understand what this TARDIS is used, and what is it for, and he think he is it seems to him it's very ridiculous device.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true, Yuki. So what he's basically saying is, this guy Ricky, yeah?
Okay. I understand that they are trying to know more about the human race, but one of them is trying to avoid it, and they think many different things about the human race, and one of them say, okay, forget about that, and let's investigate them. Let's go. Let's try to be among them. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's right, Giancarlo. Both of you are correct. So basically, he's saying, whoever this Ricky guy is, one of the characters, is clearly worried that someone's going to discover them or somebody's going to find out who they are and there'll be big problems. But the Doctor's saying, don't worry, because humans, they're not curious. If something like a big box suddenly lands out of the sky in the middle of their town, they don't even notice. They just walk past and carry on with their life. So there's no need for you to worry. Let's just go out and do our thing. Okay? All right. Yeah. So we've got some more information, but I think what we've learned is that the most important little parts. Here's a thing about the TARDIS. Let's read this, and then we're going to go and watch the video. So I should have a better idea of... And who hasn't read, actually? Anton, have you read this lesson?
No.
Okay, off you go, please. Could you read this for us?
From a quote.
Don't worry about the quote, just this piece.
Okay, time and relative dimension and space. The TARDIS is a Type 40 time and space machine. TARDIS stands for time and relative dimension and space. The TARDIS is supposed to change its appearance on each trip to blend in with its surroundings. However, the Doctor has a broken chameleon circuit which stops it from working properly. The TARDIS is dimensionally transcendental, meaning it's bigger on the inside than the outside. The interior exists in a different relative dimension to the exterior.
Thank you, Anton. Just as an English point, this word here is supposed to have an apostrophe so that you can tell that it's talking about the Doctor's TARDIS. Okay, so it's not the only one of its kind. It's broken. So instead of changing its appearance to blend in with the surroundings, it always looks like this, the police phone box. And this is what I was talking about before. It's bigger on the inside than the outside, so it looks really small there, but when you go inside, it's huge. Okay. All right. So have we got any questions about stuff that we've covered so far before we watch the videos? No. Okay. So what I'm going to do is give you the links to the videos, and we're going to go and watch them by ourselves, and then come back. There's two. There are, two videos. The first one is the first link in the chat box, which I'm going to place in both chat boxes for you. And we're going to watch this one first. This is the TARDIS taking off for the first time, and it's obviously the first ever series, so it's in black and white, and it's the first Doctor. Then we have the second video, which is more recent. This is published in 2013. So what I want you to do is to watch both videos, come back to class, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to compare them, and we're going to see what you guys think of Doctor Who. So off you go. I'm going to put up a screen share which tells you the links in case you haven't managed to get them. But when you're back ready for our discussion, please just type back in the chat box so that I don't disturb people with my talking. I will see you guys soon. All right, everybody. I think most of us are just about done. So if you haven't quite finished, just pause it and you can watch the rest after class. You'll have seen enough so that we can talk about it. All right, it seems like most people are done. Okay, so let's see. Who are we going to ask first? We're going to ask Anton. Anton, what did you think?
It's it differs a lot.
Right,
Yeah,
the first episode compared to now, right?
Yeah.
What I want to do is just briefly talk about what happened in those videos. So let's ask, first of all, Janine. Hello, by the way, and welcome. Can you tell me what happened roughly in the first video? What was happening in that?
Well, that was really complicated to understand, but I think that the grandfather of the girl was trying to go somewhere, and he didn't want to go. But in the end, they went to another century, maybe.
Absolutely, that's perfect. I know it was tricky to figure out what was going on, especially if you missed our introduction. But that was Doctor Who. His granddaughter didn't want him to go, but he was determined. They had 2 humans with them, and they ended up going on their first trip in the TARDIS, which you saw from the outside at the end, a shot in the mysterious, some kind of desert or perhaps another planet, I think. And then you saw a shadowy figure come across, right? Did you see that?
Yes, yes.
And that was the cliffhanger, right? Who was the shadowy figure? Perhaps it was an alien. Okay. It's quite funny watching old videos to see how they do the effects.
Yeah.
Did you see the whirling, like the little swirling visual effects? I thought they were very entertaining. All right. Who's going to tell me what happened in the second video? Raphael. Can you tell me what you...
What I understood about the second video is about there was a werewolf. They were chasing them, and I think they had to find they had a big diamond, and they used this diamond to reflect the lights of the moon in order to create a kind of portal to another dimension when they managed to save this werewolf and save the group.
Yes, save the queen, right?
Yes, the queen. Is that the queen?
Yeah, so they were... Yeah.
It was like a maid. Really strange.
Yeah, so she was a queen, the queen of another century. That was obviously in another time dimension, right? Because she's not the queen now. It was quite old-fashioned. Did you notice, like, the scenery and background? So that was a queen from some other century. Guys, can you just mute yourselves if you're talking with your family members, please, so that we can't hear you in our class? Okay. All right. So tell me, does Yuki says Yuki? I want to ask you then. What do you think about it? Did you find it interesting? Would you go and watch Doctor Who after that?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. To tell the truth, I am a fan of science fiction, but until now I haven't seen that famous series. So I have, of course, I have a desire to watch the series, but the series is too long and a lot of episodes. So I don't know how can I began to watch the series from where I can see the series. But today after watched today's episode, today's fragment, I became more confused because first video clip differ quite differ from second one. First one is old-fashioned, white and black film. Second one, in this film, computer graphics used. Quite it looks like a werewolf story, which is now popular among young people. So I'm now confused, to say the truth. But it seems interesting.
All right, Yuki.
I'll try to watch.
All right. Let me just explain, just to clarify. So, because this series started in the 60s, basically it's been remade a lot of times. And with each series, there's a different actor for the Doctor. Because in the series, he changes, he regenerates. So,
please recommend me which series I have to watch firstly. From most old one, or from oldest one, or recently series?
Uh-oh.
Oh, teacher.
Problems again.
She
Connection problems again.
ran away.
She's traveling on the space.
Oh, Doctor bring her away.
Maybe she's on another planet right now.
Now
yes.
Another time.
This is Doctor Who effect.
Yes.
She's in the TARDIS. Oh.
Doctor Who takes her away to the far future.
Doctor
Who.
Amy Who.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to travel into the time.
Do you also traveling into the time?
Yeah, that's right. I will go with Amy in this moment right now.
Where are you going to go?
I will go to Spain.
Spain. Spain in the future. Well,
right now.
Current Spain.
Amy, hello.
Hey, hello.
Welcome back to the Earth.
Welcome back. Are you traveling in the TARDIS?
Oh, yeah, again. Disappeared.
God save the Queen. God
thank
save.
you. God save the teacher.
Welcome back to the.
God
time
save
travel,
Amy.
guys.
God save Amy. God save
Thank you.
Amy.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right,
You're traveling into this.
I was zapped up
into the
by
time.
Doctor Who, I think, and it wasn't your fault, Giancarlo. Your guilt has been resolved totally. All right, so last few minutes of the class, guys. If you want to check out Doctor Who, there are lots of little clips on YouTube, and you can explore it and have a look and see which series might interest you before you go and decide if you want to be a fan or not. But before the end of class, I want to ask you all about the TV series in your country or from your culture that we should watch, if there are any. If not, what is your favorite TV series? So let's ask Mauricio. I know that you like Doctor Who, but is there something from your country that we should all watch that you love?
Well, in fact, I haven't watched television for maybe 2 years. No, 2 years. But because I wouldn't like to the TV series that are presented right now. They talked about soap operas, and those soap operas are about drug dealers, right? And war and the worst phase of Colombia. So
You don't want
I
to
don't watch them.
recommend them to us.
No, no, not at all, not at all.
I must admit, that doesn't sound too great. I'm not a big fan of soap operas. We do have some very famous ones in the UK as well, so lots of people like them. Okay, so nothing from Colombia. What about from Janine? Where are you from? I can't remember.
I am from Brazil,
Okay.
and here in Brazil we have a lot of soap operas too. When I was younger, I used to watch, but now I lost the interest because it's kind of foolishness. I don't really like it anymore. I like to watch some TV series.
Okay.
I watched the 2 first episodes of Doctor Who too.
And
I like it.
all right, we have one converted fan. Go, Janine. Giancarlo, tell us about any TV series that you could recommend or like.
Yes, in Mexico, when I was watching Doctor Who, the 1960s series, it reminded me not exactly a TV series, but films about wrestlers. Those wrestlers used to fight against aliens and vampires and all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
And
really?
of course, yeah, really, in the 60s, the Mexican television tried to implement new techniques about special effects and all that kind of stuff. But when you see the films, they smell to paint. I mean, nothing about the technology we have today, black and white, black and white films. And the name of the film, the very famous film in Mexico, was El Santo, el Enmascarado de Plata, the saint with the golden or the
Silver.
silver mask, the silver mask, exactly. And it was very famous in the 60s and 70s because, as I said before, they used to fight against vampires or maybe aliens or maybe monsters or all that kind of stuff. And they travel in different spaceships and all that kind of stuff. It was good.
It was good. Can you type it, please, Giancarlo, in the chat box? Because I may look that up on YouTube after class.
Sure.
All right, how about you, Louise?
I am from Chile, but I know that Giancarlo is from Mexico. But I remember when I was a child, a famous history from Mexico was a history named Chavo del Ocho. If you are a Spanish Spanish sorry, wait a minute. Spanish speaking,
Spanish speaker.
You must know this series. It's very famous in all Latin America, in Mexico too. His name is Chavo del Ocho.
I love Chavo del Ocho.
Yeah, it's very famous. It's very famous.
Yeah, it is very famous, right? Right, I agree. It's very famous in Mexico. It began in 1970, and it lasts for about 20 or almost 30 years. I mean, the main character
14 years.
more. The main character was maybe 19 or 20 years at least when the program began, and when the program finished or ends, he was like 60 or almost 70 years old, and he was acting like a guy, like a baby, like a boy.
Yeah, like
He
a
was,
child.
I mean, yeah, the character was maybe 8 years old or 9 years old. Imagine that situation. So
Basically, it was a history of a poor child that was living in a neighborhood with his neighbor and his friend, and a lot of history. It's like a comedy, but for childs,
Okay.
for
I
children.
can you have to type that one into the chat box for me too. Okay,
it's
El
on
Chavo del Ocho.
El Chavo del Ocho. Yeah.
Could I
Alright,
say
I'm gonna
something?
look that one up too. Yes, please do.
Well, El Chavo del Ocho is 30 years old maybe, but we still laughing or having fun with the same silly jokes. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I am still watching Chavo del Ocho, and I am 26 years old, but I I am watching this series right now.
Very,
Yeah,
it
and
sounds great.
yeah,
Sounds fun.
by the way, this TV program was exported to many different countries, like 20 or 30 different countries. And TV program made Televisa, the broadcast company, one of the biggest in Latin America. So thanks to the
Really?
Chavo del Ocho, because it was the first TV program that was exported to more than 20 countries. So it's amazing. And
That is
now
amazing.
this kind of story was brought into cartoons. Now it's in cartoons
Mhm.
in Mexico.
Wow, that's very cool to find out about. Thank you guys. Thanks, Luis, for bringing that one up. So Raphael, is there anything that you like watching that's Brazilian?
No, and since Janine already explained, we have lots of soap operas here, and they're very famous. And we have exported these soap operas throughout the world. So it's one of the things we use to develop our country, to spread our culture through the world. And there are lots of American TV series. There are lots of American TV series here. There's so many.
Yeah, hard to count them, eh? All right, how about you, Yuki? You can choose which country you want to talk about.
There are there are a lot of anime series in Japan. I myself, I grew up watching anime. So, really, there are many kind of animes. Some are very good quality. And when I was a child, I watched the anime series of Miyazaki Hayao. Miyazaki Hayao is now well known as an anime creator, but before, for the first his career as an anime creator, he has created anime series. One of them is, I like one of them very much. This is the name of series, the Future Boys Conan. Yes, it is the anime series of Miyazaki Hayao's early works. I recommend all of you to watch this series if you like Miyazaki's anime.
All right, thanks, Yuki. So that's in the chat box, guys, too. And Anton, I think you're the last one. Tell me about the TV series that you like. Does Ukraine make TV series, or what do you watch?
Well, it makes, but actually it's not very developed, and most of them are the usual soap operas. So I prefer, I prefer foreign TV series. Like,
do you have a favorite?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm a big fan of American science fiction series, the X-Files. No.
You like the X-Files? Isn't that about aliens?
Yeah, it's the main. Yeah, it's the main theme, and there are a lot of other paranormal topics.
What happens in an episode of the X-Files? Is it like a bit of a mystery thing? I've never watched one.
Yeah, it's like a mystery with some paranormal topics, like
American science fiction.
yeah, like the main like mythology of the series is aliens, alien abductions, and so on. But there are also a lot of episodes like about some other paranormal things.
Ghosts?
Yeah, ghosts, something about vampires.
Okay.
Different unusual abilities
Okay,
of
unusual
people
abilities. Yeah.
and so on.
Superpowers.
Yeah, superpowers.
That sounds quite cool. I'm going to have to watch an episode of The X-Files. I've got a huge list of TV to get on with, guys, so I think I'm going to have to end the lesson now so I can get on to watching some TV. It's been great to have you all, guys, in the class. Thank you for sharing all your TV series. Thank you for sharing this interesting class about Doctor Who. Thank you, Mauricio, for suggesting the topic. We'll see what we come up with. Maybe we'll have to do some more classes on TV from the UK. So there you go, guys. If you're interested in Doctor Who, go onto YouTube. You'll find out everything you need to know, and you can read up a bit more on the website we looked up today. But I hope you all take care and have a really great weekend.
Okay, bye, teacher.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a
Bye.
good weekend. Take care. See you.